Alright, race fans, welcome to Dover International Speedway for the Happy Hour Racing League. This is TurnLeft TV and I'm your host, Heath Johnson, bringing you the action tonight here from Dover. Happy Hour Racing League gets in their chase race number 3, the Lucas Oil 200 here at Dover. Right now, they are in the qualification session. We'll take a look at the track here at Dover. Of course, who in racing doesn't know what Dover's all about? Short track, but a high speed, high banked oval. 1 mile, the monster mile. 4 turns, and the banking in the turns is 24 degrees. Down the straightaways at 90 degrees. So that's what we have coming up here. I'll tell you what, man, it is important to make sure that you take care of your tires, because this track, being concrete, is a tire monster. Right here in session number 2, qualification session number 2, Ivan Desham currently the top time on the board. Current point standings here in the chase as we enter race number 3. Brent Owen has 58 points, 13 points ahead of Greg Kirchmeier. John Pfeiffer at 40 points, and Henry Leacock and Ivan Desham tied for 4th with 34 points each. What do we got coming up? Well, tonight here at Dover, we'll finish up the first round, the round of 16. Of course, we've got fewer drivers than that, so we enter the second round, which is at Charlotte next week, and then followed by Talladega. We got a couple tracks. I don't know if you want to call Charlotte a super speedway, but it's borders on a super speedway for sure. Talladega definitely is. And then Kansas, cookie cutter track there to finish out the second round. Rise up here and take a look at this track. Look at some of our drivers down there in pit lane. There's the guard tower. In case anybody tries to escape. Just kidding. Everybody wants to be right there tonight. And we'll take a look at some of the cars here, the paint schemes that we have this evening. The 49 of Ivan Desham. The 1X is a temporary paint scheme. That's Terry Kelligrew. 33 of John Pfeiffer. 67 of Henry Leacock. The 20 of Greg Kirchmeier. And the 46, Brent Owen. Rounds out the paint schemes tonight. While we are working our way through this warm-up session, we'll take a look at some of the things that we have coming up here on TurnLeft TV. On Wednesday at Northside International Raceway, 2017 Season D, race number 3 for the Ironman Racing Series. We know there's a tire rule in that series, so that's something you definitely want to think about when you're running in that series and also watching races there, that It's, one of the unique features of the Ironman series is the tire rule. 4 tires to start the race, and then you get 8 additional tires. And being this is north side coming up, Richmond, that is certainly something that's going to be a factor. And it's really a factor every week. It's going to be an interesting race to watch, so make sure you come out and join us on Wednesday. Coming up on Friday, Mountain Peak Speedway with the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series. 2 35-lap heat races followed by a 70-lap points race. So that is race number 6 in their fall 2017 series. Right there on StockCarSimRacing.com, TurnLeft TV. And then Saturday, Chicago Speedway, Saturday Night Thunder. Race number 3 of their fall season. So that's a new track. That track's probably about 2 months old now, maybe about a month and a half old. So that's coming up on the 7th of October. Currently following Brent Owen as he makes his laps here in the warm-up session. We get about a minute left in the warm-up, and then we will take the green flag here at Dover. Brent providing us something to look at here. This is a track where things can get away from you in a hurry. The car can get pretty loose coming off. We also see some guys about the middle of the turn or so, maybe getting that car a little bit loose. And we've seen guys trying to correct it, and then it just snaps back to the right and goes straight in the outside wall. So that is something you want to make sure you're careful of here at Dover. Right, 200 laps. Looks like Ivan Deschamps is our pole setter.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right. 49 of Ivan Deschamps is our pole setter. The 20 of Greg Kirchmeier starts in the 2nd position. The 46 of Brent Owen is in 3rd. Terry Kelligrew in that 1X machine tonight is 4th. Henry Leacock in the 67 car is 5th. John Pfeiffer in the 33 is 6th. 200 laps here at the Monster Mile. To get things settled here in Chase race number 3, right here at Dover International Speedway. All right, the pace car is in.
Green flag, go, go, go!
Here they come.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, you bunch of hot dogs!
All right, Ivan Deschamps pulls out to an early lead here. Followed by Greg Kirchmeier in the 2nd position, the 46. Brent Owen in 3rd, Terry Kelligrew 4th, John Pfeiffer 5th, and Henry Leacock in the 6th position. Ivan Deschamps currently about half a second up on Greg Kirchmeier. So that Wolf Racing Dodge is ready to play tonight. So we know he's got a few laps in from just the other night at Dover in the Stock Car Sim Racing.com, folks. We raced that on Friday night. I think that we might have had a little bit of contact with the wall. The 46 car looks like he might have made some contact with the wall there as he come off the turn. Take a look inside his car here. This is actually Terry Kelleger's car. So yeah, it definitely looked like 46 car had, we'll do this again here. And we're on board with the 46, and yeah, it just seems like he might have contacted the wall. I don't think he got any damage there, but you know, that's something that's certainly going to, number one, throw off your rhythm, and also you make you a little gun shy here for a few laps. And now Terry Kellegrew has taken over the 3rd position. So Terry Kellegrew in that 1X Simpsons paint scheme. Brother Don had done that scheme there, one of the temp paint schemes there at SCSR. So now Terry Kellegrew starting to work on the back of Greg Kirchmeier here. Get this look as he comes into the turns. You see he is all but closed in on the back of that Jägermeister Toyota Camry up there. And, he does get a little bit loose. There you hear him pedaling the gas in the 20 car, excuse me, the 17, the 1X paint scheme. He's had so many numbers. It's hard for me to keep up with him. Greg Kirchmeier getting into the wall, or excuse me, Brent Owen getting into the wall there a little bit. We're going to have a battle here for the lead here pretty soon. 20 car. Looking to close in on the 49. Here on lap 9. So the top 6 still pretty darn close. They're all within 1 second of each other here, so we've got a pretty tight battle. It's just you got to make sure that keep that car off the wall. Make sure you're thinking about tires here late in the run, and certainly do not want to get that car. You saw the 17 car had made a move here. It'd be the 1X. Sorry about that. The 1X of Terry Kellegrew makes that pass on Brent Owen. So Brent Owen having a little bit of a challenge here right now. It looks like Terry Kellegrew had gotten by, and also now John Pfeiffer. So this is the pass by Terry Kellegrew. Take over the 3rd position. And Brent Owen here gets passed by the 33 of John Pfeiffer to take over the 4th position. So Brent Owen, car's moving backward right now, and I'm sure he's thinking, hey man, I got to come in here to the pits and get some work done on this machine. I'll tell you what, another battle here we need to watch in that 20 car working on the outside of the 49 has now taken the lead. So the 20 of Greg Kirchmeier now in the lead. We're on board here with Brent Owen He gets a good run down the straightaway here, and he's going to start to think about working on the back of this 1X machine. Terry Kellegrew. Silver Wolf, that is Ivan Deschamps. Greg K is Greg Kirchmeier up there. So our race leader is the 20, Greg Kirchmeier. He currently has about a 0.3 of a second lead over the 49 of Ivan Deschamps. Looking out of the back of Ivan's car, you see the 1X at Terry Kellegrew. Toyota Camry, that Simpsons paint scheme, is looking to go around here and take over the second position. A little bit of contact there between the two, so tough battle in there, side by side. Looks like Terry Kellegrew going to take that spot. Now John Pfeiffer is starting to look low here. Ivan used a little bit of muscle there on the outside, preferred line, and hear him really pedaling that gas. You know, he drove this car pretty hard here early in the run now, and he might be paying the price here as this run gets into roughly lap 20. He's starting lap 20 as we cross the line. Now Ivan Deschamps finds himself back in the 4th position. Take a look at this, and again, this is a battle that was happening earlier here, and I think the 49 car might have gotten into the wall here. We'll take a look at this now. Trying to get a good look on the side view there. See that? They didn't get together. I thought they might have gotten together, but they didn't. It looks like the 49 just gotten up into the wall. Back up here with the 20 car. Greg Kirchmeier. We do have some guys on pit lane. Henry Leacock has brought his car into the pits. Doesn't give us a very good view of pit lane, does it? '49 car of Ivan Deschamps now back in the 5th position. He might be paying that price there for driving that car pretty hard there early in the run. Now the 20 car, Greg Kirchmeier, finds himself in the lead, but he has got a little bit of a challenge here. You see just out of the back, John Pfeiffer starting to look, give this battle a look here. So the battle of the Brewskis, Bud Light versus Miller High Life Light. Who's going to win? Here's some cars sliding there around.
Yellow.
Looks like the 46 car and the 49 have gotten together. Looks like the 46 car got down on the apron and came up into the 1X, and then it slides back down the track, and the 49 gets into him. This is on board with the 49 as he tries to make it through, and then hard contact with the right side. Now this is going to be on board here with the 46 car. You see, he just gets into into the 1X after coming down onto the apron. And again, that's one of those deals where it's once you get that car sort of wiggling around in the turn here at Dover, it is a tough ride to deal with. The 46 car undoubtedly has damage there that he's going to have to take care of. And certainly not the night that the 46 was hoping to have here in race 3 of the chase. Definitely going to have a prolonged pit stop, I would imagine. Henry Leacock here going pretty slow as he comes around the track to come into the pits. We've got a lot of guys here right now that are in pit lane. 46 still on pit lane. So Greg Kirchmeier, Brent Owen has a pretty significant amount of damage. So Greg Kirchmeier in that Bud Light machine, number 20 Toyota, is our race leader here on lap 28. John Pfeiffer, who just before this caution flag was really starting to work on the back of the 20 car. So this is going to be an interesting battle to watch moving forward here. I'm sorry about that camera angle. That is one that the game has in it. You're down there on the bottom of the front stretch, but you're kind of looking over a hill, almost about 5 feet too low. They need to have that camera view a little bit higher, but I will try to switch it when I can remember. John Pfeiffer going to start on the outside line in the second position. Terry Kelligrew down in third. On the low line, Ivan Deschamps is fourth. We know that Ivan has some damage there from contact with the 46 car. Not sure the 46 car is might still be in pit lane. I believe he is. All right, the pace car is in.
Green flag, green flag.
Here we go, back to green. Start lap 30. Greg Kirchmeier is our leader. 33 of John Pfeiffer in second. Terry Kelligrew running in the third position, about 0.6 of a second back. I think these are the only 3 cars right now. Maybe the 67 car, Henry Leacock, might be damage-free. He is 4 laps down, but these might be the only 3 cars right now on the track that don't have any damage. Have a little fun here with some camera angles, camera manipulation. Some of them are better than others. This one's not bad. That sucks. Sorry. Right now, Greg Kirchmeier has about a half a second lead over Terry Kelligrew. Terry had gotten around John Pfeiffer here to take over the second position. Good pass here on the bottom. John Pfeiffer, you see, giving him a lot of room. Terry Kelligrew now in the second position, and you know something we were looking at with Terry in that first run is it seemed like late in the run that car gets pretty good, and you see he is now working on the back of the 20 car. Just behind the 20 is Terry Kelligrew in that Toyota Camry. And he's just he's fighting a little bit of a handling condition there coming off the turn. See the different lines that John Pfeiffer and Terry Kelligrew are taking through the turn. See the back end of that car just wanting to come around just a wee bit there about halfway through the turn. Watch this again here. This turn seems to be somewhat more stable. It looks like a little bit loose late in the turn on that. Again, watching that Toyota Camry, you see there it goes. It wants to go around right there about, well, I'd say that's a little late in the turn that time. Maybe about 3/4 the way through the turn. Again, just a little wiggle there, not too bad. But wants to kind of really move up toward that outside wall as you exit that turn. Again, here we go. You see the back end of that car starting. I'll tell you what, when you start seeing the passenger side door, that's when it probably is the time to back off a little bit. Not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Some good battle in there, and it looks like got somebody off track here. Ivan Deschamps looks like he might have gone off track. We'll take a look and see what's happened to him. Again, he must be fighting a loose condition as well. And you see that car gets down on the apron, and he's able to catch it. We'll jump on board with Ivan here. See that car gets a little bit loose there, and then down on the apron, and he is trying to hang on to that. Now we're hearing that maybe he might have had some other issues there. Here's the 49 car again. He gets loose. This is that first incident where he's catching that car. Looks like he hit the inside wall there a little bit. And now comes up into the outside wall. So that 49 car having all sorts of problems there. You see him getting into the outside wall there. And then he is now going to bring that car into the pits to get service. So the 49 car bringing his car into pit lane here to get service on lap 45. Still same order up front here. First place, Greg Kirschmeyer in the 20 car. Terry Kelligrew is second. Got 4/10 of a second back, so not really changed much as far as position is concerned. Out of the back of Greg Kirchmeyer's car. See the 1X machine, that Toyota Camry, listed as number 17 on the grid. Terry Kelligrew. John Pfeiffer running in the third position. just behind.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We get a yellow flag here. Looks like the 49 car had gotten around. Man, that was an interesting look at things here. The 49 spins that car down on the apron. And then, boy, those guys just barely make it through. We're on board here with the leader. Ivan Deschamps has spun that car, and you see these guys are, oh my heavens, these guys almost take him out. Now we got some pit stops there. Gonna take a look at that again. This is Ivan Deschamps. I was trying to get in one of these other cars there. I didn't win that successfully. You see there was Ivan there on the apron. Now we're on board with the second place car of Terry Kelleher, and just see how close he was. And just good driving on not only Greg Kirchmeier, Terry Kelleher, and John Pfeiffer to avoid that 49 car. Oh, terrible camera angle. There we go.
Road will be open this time.
Greg Kirchmeier is our race leader here on lap 51. All right, the 20 of Greg Kirchmeier is in first. Terry Kelleher is in the second position. John Pfeiffer is third. Henry Leacock is in the fourth position. Brent Owen is fifth. Ivan Deschamps is sixth. We got 3 cars right now on the lead lap.
It'll be 1 to go this time.
Looks like Greg Kirchmeier is going to take the low line, leaving Terry Kelleher up on the high line in second. John Pfeiffer going to start on the low line in third. When we cross the line, we'll start lap 54. Scheduled to go 200 laps here at Dover.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green. Looks like John Pfeiffer got off to a really good start here on the low line and takes over the second position. So John Pfeiffer in that 33 car, although Terry Kelleher coming back here, fighting back on the low side, now we're on board with John Pfeiffer. Looking out of the back of his car. And Terry Kelligrew starting to think about taking that position back. So things have settled down for the moment. So right now, Greg Kirchmeier leading the field, followed by John Pfeiffer, who we're watching here in the 33 car. Terry Kelligrew is third. Horrible camera angle. One of these days, I'm going to teach myself how to go in and alter those cameras. You know, move them somewhere else. Because if it's something that's doesn't look good on the broadcast, then let's move it. Like that one right there is horrible. So I push the button and I can change it. So they do have alternate camera angles, so you should be able to just go in and shut that one off. That one's not bad. Things you don't really pay attention to unless you watch replays. You definitely need to be watching replays, especially right here on TurnLeft TV. And while things are settling down, hey, make sure you come and join us on TurnLeft TV YouTube channel. That's where you will be watching replays of the races. We have a lot of races here uploaded. Some 45 races just for the Bushwhacker Series, 19 races in the Saturday Night Thunder. We've got a new video. Check it out. You Down. About a minute and 42 video there. You see it's already got 94 views. So just put it up 2 days ago. Liking that. Come out and join us. TurnLeft TV. Something exciting coming up on Sunday. Be broadcasting the IndyCar Brazil race. Actually, they're going to be racing some GT cars, but it's the IndyCar Brazil League. Be broadcasting one of their league races, championship races, this Sunday. It'll be interesting, that's for sure, and fun. These guys can race. Those guys can drive some cars down there, I'll tell you. Huge race fans in Brazil. Right now, we got some huge race fans here. Greg Kirchmeier, John Pfeiffer, Terry Kelligrew, Henry Leacock, Ivan Deschamps, and Brent Owen. Looks like we had a little bit of battle here between the two for a few laps. So the 49 and the 46 battling back and forth. See, the 46 gets up in the wall. It's contact with the wall there, and 49 car able to get around. However, I don't think this battle's over, so it looks like the 46 car coming back here on that Wolf Racing Dodge. So he can't make a pass. See him running a little bit higher line there, and he's able to get a good run down the straightaway and make this pass coming into the turn. So basically he set that pass up by running a little bit higher line on that previous corner. That gives him a little bit more straightaway speed. Okay, well, looks like we've gotten a it got a little interesting here while we were gone. Looks like the 33 of John Pfeiffer is looking to maybe take the lead here on Brent Owen. Excuse me, on Greg Kirchmeier. Sorry, Greg. Sorry, Brent. Terry Kelligrew working his way into this mix here, and he's going to be able to make this pass on the 33 car. So we've got some good battling here between the two. Oh, and you see, man, Terry. Let's take a look at his car here as he comes around and makes this pass. that gets this car down just a little bit too low, I believe. And man, he is on a ride right there. And that is wrecking, but not wrecking. That's all the wrecking you can do without really wrecking. Kept that car pointed in the right direction. So good news for TK. Now in the second position. So you see this battle was pretty tight here for a few laps, and John Pfeiffer just had a little bit of a bobble there. These 1X, Terry Kelligrew, shown as 17 on the grid, was able to take advantage of that, and those guys fell back off of the lead, fighting each other, but closing back in. So it takes a couple laps, maybe 5 or 6 laps or so to sort of recover from that, and now starting to bring that car in and reel the 20 car in. Here is the 1X. On board with Terry Kelligrew as he looks to work on the back of the 20 car. That Jägermeister Bud Light, that's a great combination. Jägermeister Bud Light sponsored number 20 of Craig Kirchmeier. Second in points right now and leading the field here at Dover. You see a little bit of a bobble there out of the 20 car, excuse me, the 17 car, Terry Kelligrew. Yeah, you see that car wanting to come around on the inside, and I'll tell you what, we're going to jump back up here with the leader and look out of the back of this car. Now let's see how that 1X behaves. If he bobbles here as he gets about halfway through the turn, that car wanted to turn a little bit on him, just a little bit of oversteer there. Not too bad though. Again, these guys are driving this car as much with, you see the side of that car a little bit, driving this car as much with the throttle as they are the steering wheel. A little bit of a hitch there and a connection. Now we're on board with John Pfeiffer following at 17, Terry Kelligrew. Greg Kirchmeier there in the lead. Terry's closing that gap again. He is just a little bit over 2 seconds, or 0.2 of a second back. John Pfeiffer gets a good run into that turn. Will he pay the price coming down the straightaway? So he had to get out of the gas a little bit there to catch that car. Seems to me it's got a pretty good corner entry there, pretty smooth on that low line. The car doesn't seem like it wants to get loose. Now Terry Kelligrew drives that car in pretty hard into the turns and probably going to pay that price. You see John Pfeiffer now closing in, and John Pfeiffer gets into the wall there a little bit. Terry Kelligrew trying to start a different line there, try a different line. You see he's going to drift this car in high here. You see drifts up there to that middle lane and want to see if he can't get a good run off the turn to try to catch back up with Greg Kirchmeier. There he goes, way up into that lighter part of the track. Out of the racing groove. Wanting to treat that a little bit like a Bristol. I always say this track is like Bristol on steroids. Of course, we're talking about a mile here. But high banked. Definitely trying to use different lines here later in the run. Down the or through the turns. So right now, the 20 car still in the lead, 0.4 of a second over Terry Kelligrew. John Pfeiffer's in third. Henry Leacock in the 67 car, 3 laps down, is in fourth. Brent Owen in the 46 car, I think he's had some issues with contact, spinning the car, and then had a little bit of contact with the 49, had a lot of damage he had repaired, and then also had gotten penalized. He's had to go in and serve a penalty. So just the hits keep on coming right now for the 46 car. Ivan Deschamps on pit lane here, taking service on lap 82. Again, has had some earlier issues. Actually, we'll jump on board here with him as he comes off pit lane. Again, this is always a tricky part of the track right here, as you are on the flat part. He's actually probably sounds like he's only in first right now, and now shifts into second. So he's really being very careful. Doesn't want to get that car spun around. Doesn't seem like it's handling too well. We're going to jump on board here with the 20 car. You see 49 of Ivan Deschamps running just ahead there. Just made a pit stop. So, certainly has fresh tires. So the 20, Greg Kirchmeier, is in first. Terry Kelligrew has caught back up, is now about 0.2 of a second back. Looking out of the back of Greg Kirchmeier's car, you see Terry Kelligrew is starting to work on that low side to see if he can't hold a run. Not really paying the price right there down the straightaway, so that time Greg Kirchmeier goes in low, takes a little bit of the line away from the 17. Hard to pass here, very, very hard to pass, especially on old tires. So the 20, Greg Kirchmeier, the 17 of Terry Kelligrew, battling out here for the lead on lap 86. Terry is really working that low side here to see if he can't get a run where he can get a fender underneath the 20 car. The 20 car is not going to give him the outside line. It's going to make, if you're going to pass me, you're going to pass me on the inside. So you see Terry Kelligrew starting to work that route there. On board with Terry Kelligrew here as he gets a little bit of run here with the throttle and has a fender. Again, he cannot quite get a run there on the 20. So you see the 20 is using that outside line. Terry Kelligrew paying the price there a little bit on that one. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that 20 car try to see if he can't sneak by. You see the 17 car try to sneak by this 20 car. And again, the 20 is going to start using that high line. And he certainly has that option. I mean, he's not blocking or anything. Oh, the 17 does get a good run here. And he backs off. And like I was saying, that's certainly his option. That's just good racing. You say, hey, you know what? Here's the line you're beating me on. I'm not going to let you have that line. And I'm going to stay up there. And you're going to have to pass me on the low side. And right now, we've got a drag race down the backstretch. It looks like the 17 is going to be able to take that position. So good, clean racing between the two. Good, clean racing between the 17 and the 20. Now the 17 of Terry Kelligrew starting to pull away there a little bit, up to 0.6 of a second lead over Greg Kirchmeier. John Pfeiffer is 1.9 seconds back in third. Hey, on Tuesday night, tomorrow, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Super 7 Next Level Racing Series, StockCarSimRacing.com. 72 laps at Indianapolis. Open setups, 1X tires, 1X fuel. That's Tuesday, October the 3rd, over at StockCarSimRacing.com. They got some guys coming into the pits here. Some guys are starting to make pit stops. Brent Owen bringing his car into the pits here on lap 94. Our third place car, John Pfeiffer, also bringing his car down pit lane. So we're getting pit stops underway here. Terry Kelligrew bringing his car down pit lane. We're just at a snail's pace here on lap 96. You're always worrying here as you come down pit lane and you know that you are giving up a few laps. You know, you're always thinking, please, please, please do not let this thing have a caution flag. I do not want a caution flag at this point. Now the 20 car of Greg Kirchmeier, our race leader, bringing his car into pit lane. So Terry Kelligrew giving up the race lead to pit. And the 20 is going to do the same thing. So now Terry Kelligrew brings his car back out on the racing surface from pit lane. Shown in the second position. And I suspect when we cycle around, take a look at these pit. This will be pit in and out time basically. So 51.7, what we saw. Terry Kelligrew, and now we're going to see how Greg Kirchmeier does. So 51.7, that's basically from the time you cross the start-finish line, bring it into the pits, pit the car, and then come back across the start-finish line. I believe that's the way that works. So 51 is what we're looking to beat here with the 20 car, and he has a 52.47, so a little bit slower here, and will enable Terry Kelligrew to extend his lead. You see he has just had a little bit better on and off pit road and has gained some valuable time on the track. So Ivan Deschamps bringing his car into the pits here. Having some issues there, so he is bringing his car down pit lane, I believe, down here on the low side. Now we're following Greg Kirchmeier, who is 5.4 seconds back. He and John Pfeiffer are battling for position. Get a fairly tight battle here, about 0.5 of a second between the two. Greg Kirchmeier, the 20, here is in the second position. John Pfeiffer in third. Get a little over halfway. Terry Kelligrew is our race leader. Coming up on Friday over at StockCarSimRacing.com, the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series. 2 35-lap heat races followed by the 70-lap points race. That's race number 6 in their fall 2017 series at Mountain Peak. That is Charlotte, so we know that one is going to be a blast. That's this Friday, October the 6th, right here on TurnLeft TV. Now, Terry Kellegrew is starting to come up on lap traffic. You see the 4th place car, Henry Leacock, just ahead. Call him Herky. So that's something you want to be cognizant of as you start to come up on lap traffic, is how you navigate this traffic. You know, there's always a little bit of a worry sometimes. Looks like gets around with no problem. 67 ducks in behind. This battle here for second place, Greg Kirchmeier and John Pfeiffer. Right now, about 0.4 of a second separate these two guys. So this is second place car, Greg Kirchmeier, and then just behind him is the 33, John Pfeiffer, in third. So last week, Brent Owen took the win at Dover. Led 35 of 151 laps. He and John Pfeiffer were battling on that last lap. I put Dover. Didn't mean Dover. Did I mean Dover? No, I didn't mean Dover. That was not Dover. That was New Hampshire. Let me change that. That is ridiculous. How unprofessional of me. It's always something, man. There we go. Give you the proper victory at the proper track. I'm up to have the 46 of Brent Owen. Qualified second, led 35, 151 laps, and takes the victory there on a green-white checker at New Hampshire and extends his point lead. This battle between the 20 car and the 33 is just not going away. And that's, again, you get late in the run. You guys are on a little bit different, run a little bit different lines, and some guys might be a little bit better later in the run. Some guys might be good early in the run. I'm not sure they pitted on the same lap either, so they're a little bit different ages on those tires. Greg Kirchmeier and John Pfeiffer battling it out here for the second position. Jump on board here with John Pfeiffer. Run a lap or two in his car seat behind the wheel. That's what basically about half a second looks like on the track. You see he's getting to the turns just a little bit harder than Greg Kirchmeier, but Greg is able, as a result, to get a little bit of a run down the straightaway. So you see John catches up as they enter the turn, but then is paying the price there on corner exit. And it may be interesting to see if he does change his corner entry here in the next few laps to try to close that gap again. Back up here with the race leader, Terry Kellegrew. He has opened up to an 11.9 second lead over the 20, Greg Kirchmeier. John Pfeiffer in third, Henry Leacock fourth, Brent Owen in fifth. Ivan Deschamps has retired his machine. And you hear that 1X really pedaling that gas. I'm going to jump on board to him. Just listen to his, as he's driving this car with the throttle. Really just driving that car with the throttle, and he might be braking as we come into the turns as well. So he might be applying a little bit of brake. Can you look down at his feet? I think he can. Well, they're not moving. That is something we got to add to the game. Yeah, I don't see any brake being applied there, so probably doesn't show that. More fooling around. That is, I believe. Congratulations, Happy Hour Racing League. That is our first foot shot, pedal shot on TurnLeft TV. Right here. And how exciting that was. So there's our race leader. And then just behind, you see Henry Leacock there in the fourth position. Here come second and third. Again, a little bit of time here. Here's the lap car of Henry Leacock coming around the turn. And then you see second, third. So again, it looks like Terry Killigrew might really be fighting the handling a little bit right now here later in the run. You see this car starting to move around a little bit, and he's tweaking on that wheel and certainly driving that car with the gas pedal as well. Whatever he's doing is working, because he has opened up a 13.1 second lead. Now that lead was roughly, after they made a pit stop, that lead was roughly around 4.5 seconds. Oh, and he gets into the wall there, just as I was bragging about him. Gets into the wall. So a little bit of contact with the wall there, and that's something that will certainly throw off your rhythm. So he was 13.2 seconds back. Now, see how that changes as this run goes on. Right now, it looks like, so as I was saying, he had a 4 second, a little over a 4 second, close to a 5 second lead as he came off pit lane after they cycled through, and now he's up to 13.4 seconds. So whatever he's doing for driving that car, he is making it happen right now. Can you really hear him pedaling that gas, man? He is. That car's wanting to come around on you too. So he's getting out of the gas there to make it a little bit of an adjustment to keep that back in from coming back around. Then he taps that gas again and it wants to swing around on it. So got to be up on the wheel at this track with this setup. It is tough to drive. Again, tough on tires. Got new grip settings here. So things getting a little bit of a learning curve here with the changes. The second position is Greg Kirchmeier, 13.2 seconds back. That gap has opened up a little bit here between the 20 and the 33 of John Pfeiffer. It was about half a second. Now you're looking at just about 1.4 seconds, I guess. 1.5. So a little bit more comfort zone there for the 20 car. He is eating into that gap, now just 12.6 seconds back, so something's going on with the... see if we can't take a look at anything that may have happened here in the 1X car. Again, really fighting that condition there. Just driving this car very conservatively right now, just making sure that he does not spin this car out. And back here with the second place car, Greg Kirchmeier, who has closed that gap now 12.3 seconds. So whatever's going on with the 17 of Terry Kelligrew is costing him some time, and it may be he is running out of tires here. Right now we're on board with Greg Kirchmeier. Let's just listen to his car as he goes around this turn. Just hear the different driving styles right there. He was not goosing the gas as he went through. He may do that here. Maybe give him a few on that one. The 46 car just ahead coming into the pits. This is Henry Leacock here. Huh. Oh, John Pfeiffer with a late entry to pit lane here. See what happened to John as he's carrying a lot of speed around here on this flat part of the track. And man, he has to really get on the binders there to get that car turned and get it into pit lane. And now he and Brent Owen are on pit lane. Oh, and you see the Terry Kelligrew make a little contact with the wall there. Let's see what happened to him. So again, these tires are boogered up here, and see he makes a little bit of contact there as it comes off the wall. Man, he is really goosing that gas. So wanting to make sure he does not spin that car out. Now his hand going to be forced. He is losing time here. Greg Kirchmeier is starting to catch back up, 10.8 seconds back. We watch the 33. John Pfeiffer come back out on the track. So I suspect that you're going to see that Terry Kelligrew, that number 17, come into the pits here pretty soon. He is really having a hard time holding on to this car. Now this is going to be tricky too, because this is a very slick part of the track, especially on old tires. So you want to make sure that you are really careful there. Get that car load up, and you see he gets on the binders. Take a look at this as he comes off the track. And as he comes into the pits here, he is going to get on the brakes here. Get that car load up, and boy, I hope he got that car down to pit road speed. If not, then he will be coming back in to do a drive-through. So the 20 of Greg Kirchmeier is in first. So here on lap 139, Greg Kirchmeier leading the field. Terry Kelligrew is in second. So now Greg Kirchmeier is the only car on the lead lap. However, he has not come into pit yet. A little bit different pit strategy here out of these guys, and that's something we've seen a lot here with Happy Hour. We see guys play in the pit road game, pit strategy game. That's what makes this league so exciting. Is just these guys are always doing the calculations, always trying to figure out whether they can get an edge, where somebody else might not be thinking about something that could work out for them at the end of the race. That's what all these guys are doing, and you see different pit strategies. So the 20 car is going to think about pitting here really soon. You see he is coming down on the apron of the track. And he is going to be really patient with this, making sure that he is not going to speed coming down pit lane. That's the last thing you want to do is get a speeding penalty. So the 20 of Greg Kirchmeier in that Bud Light Toyota pitting here on lap 143. That is going to surrender the lead to Terry Kelligrew in that 17 car. Tell you what, though, a guy that might be a factor here at the end of the race is that 33 of John Pfeiffer. And another one of those guys that's always doing the math, thinking about where he can get an edge. Generally runs a pretty quiet race, and you know, he's one of those guys that's you know, you kind of keep him off the radar there, and then next thing you know, toward the end of the race, he is right there. So those are the kind of guys you got to watch out for. Just quiet, don't say much, all business, and you forget about them, and then next thing you know, they're going around you for the race win. So that 33, John Pfeiffer, right now in the third position here on lap 146. Looking to sneak in a win. Terry Kelligrew in that 1X on the 17 on the grid in the yellow car, looking out of the front of his car. You see that Jägermeister number 20 Bud Light Toyota Camry, Greg Kirchmeier. Terry Kelligrew looking to try to put that 20 car a lap down. So it looks like the 20 car is really, really fast coming off of the pits on fresh tires, and he is just pushing that car. Remember that the 20 car had come in after Terry Kelligrew had made his pit stop, so a little bit slower here early on, and he may be thinking, hey, you know what, I'm going to save my tires. But we got to be thinking about, hey, what are we going to do here? We got roughly a little over 50 laps to go. It might be go time, and that's probably what the 17 is thinking right now. Hey, I'm going to try to put as much space between me and the 20 car and the 33 car as I can. And we'll see how it plays out at the end. And again, can't stress enough, different strategies. The battle here for second is going to heat up, I think. The 20 of Greg Kirchmeier right now in the second position. And then just behind him is John Pfeiffer in that 33. So get an idea of where Greg is, and there goes John. This is Henry Leacock. This is Brent Owen. Up on Wednesday, make sure you join us TurnLeft TV, the Iron Man Racing Series Season D, race number 3 at Northside. That is Richmond. So that's coming up on Wednesday at StockCarSimRacing.com and right here on TurnLeft TV. Right now, Terry Kelligrew in that Toyota Simpsons paint scheme there leads the field. Here he has 1 lap on the field, and he is currently running lap 154, starting lap 155. So 3/4 of the way through, a little over 3/4 of the way through. And Terry Kelligrew having a good run at it right now, running in the first position. Been pretty quiet on the radio. We know that later in the run he is really driving sort of a different style than some of these other guys, pedaling the gas a lot more, driving that car with the gas, and he might even be applying a little bit of brake as he comes into the turns. Hey, don't only join us on YouTube, but also follow us on Twitter at TurnLeft TV on Twitter. And that way you'll get the updates on when the races are uploaded to the server, and also some updates on upcoming races as well. So make sure you follow us on Twitter. See what we got here coming up in that IndyCar Brazil League. I know this is going to look a little funky here, so just be patient with me. It's not an IndyCar, that's their last race of their screenshot. Take that.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, we got a yellow flag here. So I was just about ready to show you what we had coming up. We'll jump to them here. So yellow flag. So, Greg Kirchmayer may have gone around. Take a look and see what happened to him. Sorry for the silence there. We were trying to do some things behind the scene, and it looks like the 20 car. Ooh, and this is what I was talking about earlier in the race. Is that man, what a hard lick that 20 car just took. So you get down on that apron there, and you're trying to catch it, and then it just snaps on you, and you get right into the wall. We saw that happen the other night quite a few times. So, I mean, the thing can really get away from you pretty quickly through the turn. And then now we see the 20 car having a lot of trouble managing that car. Again, making hard contact with the wall there. Tough break for the 20. He was in second position, and you see he's having more trouble there. He just got a lot of damage to that car right now, and he is trying just to get that car to pit lane. So a little bit of a shake-up here on about one lap 166. Right now following Terry Kelligrew as he makes his pit stop. Shown as our race leader. And I believe our lucky dog is John Pfeiffer. I don't know why I had the IndyCar Brazil stuff up there. I apologize. Because I'm trying to change the banner. I'm trying to get cute. Little promo for IndyCar Brazil, I guess. How about that? So our lucky dog here, better later than never, right? Better late than never, is John Pfeiffer. Now we're gonna pop back over here, and I apologize for this, but we need to throw up the banner. I'll fix that. There we go. I know it's not. It's off the screen a little bit. Those guys make their banners a little bit different size for some reason, and we get to tweak them. So there we go. Hey, coming up on Sunday, GT Series, the final at Sebring, right here on TurnLeft TV, IndyCar Brazil. What an honor. I don't speak Portuguese, but I guess they like the broadcasts and have asked me to do a broadcast for them. And those GP cars, man, they fly. They corner really well, and they are some nice-looking cars. So that's going to be a good battle to bring you. So please check it out. A little bit different racing there, but good one, good stuff. There's a lot of strong drivers there. I was able to broadcast a few of their IndyCar races. IndyCar Brazil's races, and very fun to watch. Very good group of guys, and they get after it. It's going to be fun to watch them in the GP series there. The finale, right here on TurnLeft TV. As I was saying, man, those guys down there in Brazil are really passionate. You think they like soccer? Shoot, there's some race fans down there, and that stock cars series that they have down in Brazil is phenomenal.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Right, back to green. Terry Kelligrew, our race leader, down on the inside. Greg Kirchmeier up high there. Greg is one lap down. See, John Pfeiffer gets by. John Pfeiffer is on the lead lap, so that 33 car. And I was saying here, you know, kind of quiet, and then late in the race, where's he at? He is up front. So right now running in the second position. Here we're on board with Terry Kelligrew, and we'll look out of the back of his car at John Pfeiffer. Running in the second position, he's shown as bandit on the racetrack. Greg Kirchmeier in third, who is one lap down, also third on the track. So both our points leaders tonight have had some issues. Take a look at current standings. Brent Owen, 58 points here. This is coming into the race tonight. Greg Kirchmeier, 45 points in second. John Pfeiffer, 40 points in third. Henry Leacock in fourth, tied for fourth with Ivan Deschamps. So that's going to change a little bit tonight because Henry still in the race. Ivan has retired his machine. Looking out of the back of Terry Kellegrew's car, you know, John Pfeiffer there starting to creep up. He's 4/10 of a second back right now. And I think, you know, you really got to be thinking about if this 33 car can just maintain a gap, and it looks like that maybe the 17 of Terry Kellegrew late in the run is really having to find different lines and hold on to that car. So we'll see. Right now, he's running away from John Pfeiffer now, 8/10 of a second. Brent Owen and Henry Leacock. This is showing the restart there why I'm doing that, but show that they were switching positions on track. And that was some time ago, and not very exciting. Passing somebody there on the pace lap, and they were just running side by side. So now Terry Kellegrew has opened up a 1.4 second lead over John Pfeiffer. Back here looking at the third place car of Greg Kirchmeier as Brent Owen. Interesting about working on the back end there of the 20. So the 46 of Brent Owen, who is 6 laps down right now. He's had a tough night. Here on lap 178, looking to try to get around the 20 car here for position on the track, but not for position in the grid. Looking out of the back of the 20 car at the 46. So back up here with our race leader, Terry Kellegrew, here on lap 180. So sure, he has got to be looking up there going, hey, you know, I like the position I'm in right now. Who wouldn't? Got a 2.3 second lead over John Pfeiffer, and they are the only 2 cars right now on the lead lap. Now, if you're the third place car, Greg Kirchmeier, you are hoping the heck that somebody crosses a caution flag so you can get your lap out, because you are the first car 1 lap down. Get back on the lead lap and see if you can't make a run at 17 car. So these are times when, you know, you really don't want caution flags, but this is a time when you're thinking quietly, man, I'd like to have a caution right now. Right now we're following the 20 of Greg Kirchmeier, giving him that horrible camera angle. We'll get it off there. Start playing around there with some cameras. We're having some fun. It's always a good one. those guys come around the track there, kind of neat. Hey, Merrill, wish it was a little smoother when you turn. John Pfeiffer giving up a position on the track. He is now 8.2 seconds back to Terry Kelligrew. So Terry Kelligrew just continuing to expand that lead. Oh, and he just makes a little bit of contact with the wall there. You know, this is one thing about this track, is that things can get away from you in a hurry and change the complexion of this race. Just 11 laps to go for the 17 of Terry Kelligrew. Again, you can hear him really pedaling that gas. Idea, and we're going to see some close racing here as they come off the turn. Now looking out the front of this second place car of John Pfeiffer, now 12 seconds back as he runs behind the 20 of Greg Kirchmeier, who is in third, 1 lap down, and Brent Owen, who is in fourth, 6 laps down. Guy we haven't talked about here a lot tonight is the 67 of Henry Leacock in that Pittsburgh Steelers paint scheme. He's having a quiet night here, running in the 5th position. Terrible camera angle right there. Terrible. See our race leader there, Terry Kelligrew, as he comes by on lap 196. Again, really pedaling that gas. And what I was saying earlier is this thing can get away from you in a hurry. So he is, I'm sure, just being as careful as he possibly can. He's not overdriving that car. He doesn't have anybody to race. Just wants to make sure he keeps that car pointed in the right direction here as they start lap 198. So 3 laps to go. Here he's pedaling that gas as that car wants to come around on him a little bit. And again, doing a little bit of a correction down the straightaway. Being very, very careful not to let that car get away from him. He's got 2 laps to go. So Terry Kelligrew That Toyota Camry, Simpson's paint scheme. He's in the 1X. Somebody has the 20 car here, and he races the 20 at SCSR, so he has to choose a different number. So 1 lap to go for Terry Kelligrew. Can he keep that car pointed in the right direction there, keep it off the wall, keep it from spinning out, and get a good win here at Dover? The Monster Mile. Terry Kelligrew off the last turn, coming down the straightaway. So Terry Kelligrew takes our race win here at Dover. So a good win for the 17. Terry Kelligrew. He's going to give us a little bit of a break here so we can get out on out on the track and get a good shot of the burnout. There we go. So great job for Terry Kelligrew as he comes away with the race win. John Pfeiffer finishes second. Greg Kirchmeier is third. Brent Owen fourth. Henry Leacock finishes in the 5th position. All right, we'll see if we can't get Terry Kelligrew in the broadcast booth here for a little bit of an interview. So good run for the 17. He's driving that 1X machine tonight. Good run for him. Anytime you get a win here against this group of guys.
Hello, Heath. Thank you very kindly. I think I should formally announce a number switch next year, if possible, back to the 17 and a manufacturer switch to Ford. I should be racing, hopefully, in all the racing leagues. Great race tonight. Hey, I had a blast. That was a lot of fun.
Looked like late in the run. Sorry, I didn't have my mic on there, man. Late in the run, you were really having to work that gas pedal to drive that car around the turns. Tell us a little bit about how that car handled.
It was terrible. Wasn't that awesome? I was pedaling it. If you could ride along and listen to the engine RPM, I bet you I was on and off the gas at least a half a dozen times through both ends of the racetrack. It was awesome.
That's exactly what we saw and heard. We jumped in your car a few times, and we're also watching through I think it was turns 1 and 2. We were following, we're actually running ahead of you, looking out of the back of somebody's car. I think you were running second, and at times it looked like we were seeing the passenger side door there, that car getting loose on you.
It was horrible loose. It was it over rotated. It seemed like from the center off. So the moment I would lift the gas, it would turn too much, and then I would get back to the gas to try and make the car go back to the right again. So it was off the gas, go hard left, back on the gas, and the car would start to go hard right. So it was just basically trying to feather it and ride it out all the way through the corner and keep from wrecking on corner exit and still have enough time left to get the gas down to the floor on the way off. I was commented to the guys there that I pretty much wasn't getting it wide open until I was pretty much on the straightaway.
Yeah, and did you indicate also later in the run that you might have been using the brake there coming into the turns?
Yeah, actually the first I'd say probably right about, it was a 40 lap run we were having per tank of fuel. The first 20 laps I would roll it into the corner, and the last 20 laps I would start touching the brakes and letting the brakes help me turn it to get it down into the corner, and I picked up a lot of speed. Well, actually the first run I didn't do that, and the second run I started braking and I picked up a lot of speed, and that was when I was able to take the lead and drive away.
It seems like when tracks have very challenging setups, the guys that can really drive race cars are the ones that run up front. Although I will also say that it seems like those are the guys that are griping the loudest too about the setup.
Oh, I complain all the time. I love it. But it's a lot of fun. It's challenging. It's all part of what it is. It's a sim. It's not a game. So it's supposed to be hard.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of fun in here. It's very, very difficult. I rarely do well, and I certainly relish the times when I do.
Well, congratulations, and enjoy this win, and we'll hope to see you back next week too.
I'll try to be there again Wednesday night. Take care.
All right, take care.
Thanks.
All right. That's Terry Kelligrew, our race winner here at Dover. What a challenging track, and you see he was very descriptive on what was going on with that race car, talking about how the race car was changing throughout the race. And as I mentioned, these guys that are sort of at the top of the game with respect to driving cars, the guys that can truly drive cars are going to be the ones that really have a handle on this. When the back end's wanting to come around, you got to drive it with the throttle. You might have to apply a little bit of brake later in the run, try different lines. And that's exactly what we saw tonight out of the 17 car of Terry Kelligrew, as he was, vying for a race win here at Happy Hour. So what a good victory. John Pfeiffer has a good finish here in second place in that 33 car. Greg Kirchmeier finishes ahead of Brent Owen, and that's going to maybe close that gap there as far as the chase is concerned. Brent Owen finishes in the 4th position, Henry Leacock is 5th, and Ivan Deschamps finishes in the 6th position. Tell you what, it has been a pleasure. Thank you very much. I know we had a few little hitches there along the way, like my mic wasn't on when I was starting the interview, but that stuff happens sometimes, and I appreciate everybody being patient with me as we move forward. Just talk a little bit about what's coming up here on TurnLeft TV on Wednesday. The Ironman Racing Series will be at Northside International Raceway. That is Richmond. And we watched a race here this weekend, broadcasted a race this weekend, Saturday night, and it was a blast. You talk about having to drive the car. You're going to be seeing a lot of side-by-side racing, guys that are strong early in the run, guys that are strong late in the run, and wait a minute. Yep, there's a tire rule at this track. With this series, the Ironman series is one that has a tire rule. You get 4 tires to start the race and 8 additional tires throughout the course of the race, and that's it. Fixed setup, and I'll tell you what, if something that is a track like Richmond is hard on tires, that is going to be an issue. So definitely want to come out and join the Ironman Racing Series on Wednesday. And then on Friday, we have the Bushwhackers Friday Night Series at Mountain Peak. That is Charlotte. 2 35-lap heat races followed by the 70-lap points race. Friday, October the 6th, race number 6 in the fall 2017 series there at the Bushwhacker Racing Series on Friday nights. Saturday night, we have Chicago Speedway. Little Chicagoland Saturday Night Thunder High Octane Racing League, 134 lap race, 75% damage, coming up on the 7th of October right here on TurnLeft TV. And then, hey, I think, you know what, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to switch gears, and I was trying to get this working here a little bit ago. Yep, that's right. We're going to be broadcasting the GT Series race, Sebring, 100 minutes on Sunday, October the 8th. Little Brazilian-style racing, IndyCar Brazil. They've asked me to come in and broadcast the race, so you're going to see some really cool cars. Not only Beamers, Nissans, you're going to see some Lamborghinis and some Ferraris. What else do we have there? Mercedes has an entry into that mix as well. Bentley, I know they've got a model in this as well, so there'll be some guys in Bentleys. And I'm probably leaving one out, and I apologize, but there's old Porsches as well. How can I leave Porsche out? Yeah. So a lot of different makes, a lot of different car manufacturers in this. That's going to be interesting. So come out and join us. That's Sunday, October the 8th, right here on TurnLeft TV. So again, thanks to the IndyCar Brazil guys for asking me to broadcast. I am honored. Please make sure that you join us on Twitter. Follow us at TurnLeft TV, and also fly over there to our YouTube channel. You're going to see our new video. Show you that down here. You down, short video for Stock Car Sim Racing, and then also you can find all the races that have been uploaded right there on TurnLeft TV on YouTube. So make sure you come out and join us. It's been a blast, folks. Thank you very much. I appreciate you joining us. That's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you.